into our monthly album review.
I already know what you're talking
And
about.
this
You talking
week,
about bars? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
we had to take it to the NYC
Okay.
for the release of Lloyd Banks' record, "The Curse of the Inevitable Dude."
Now, if y'all don't listen to Lloyd Banks, man, just think about how crazy he went on fire when you first heard of him. Okay. And if you don't remember, everybody pause the podcast if you listen to this after the episode was over live and you tuned in later. But go check out Lloyd Banks on Fire. And then you tell me if this album is worth reviewing. And then go listen to the album, of course, and then just put your cell phone game.
Yo, I'm gonna just say this: if you ain't never heard the Lloyd Banks Victory freestyle, you don't really know what's going on. You don't really know what's going on. Like, that guy's something special, man. They call him the Punchline King for a reason.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I was last time we was talking about this on the last episode last week. I was mentioning that the only person that he remind me of for like going bar for bar like that on all his verses is Fab.
No doubt, yeah. You heard any of the joints they done together?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's the only person that's done it like that.
Oh yeah,
like Graf. I mess with Graf and out of New York, Graf because Graf does that too. But Fab and Fab.
So as far as this project goes, The Curse of the Inevitable 2, how did you feel about it compared to previous Banks projects?
I think that this one was his most solidified and like well-rounded, just like overall project. And I think I mean, it was bars right after bars, right next to bars, stacked on top of some bars, carefully shelved next to a stack of bars. So I mean, that's what you came to expect. But when you get in a real hip hopped out project like that, I mean, it's got to be constructed in a very like strategic way. Even the features he got, bringing Benny the Butcher in and different hits, give different elements of that, the posse cuts, them different flavors of music right there. And I think he did a good job of like handling the position of a front man, because we all know him from the G Unit days where he kind of played more of the Scottie Pippen role, but he wore that 23 jersey real nice in my opinion.
And not even that, but like people were noticing that he was dropping 3-pointers the whole time. Every time they saw him drop on the court, you know what I'm saying? He was dropping 3-pointers the whole time for G Unit.
Yeah, he was definitely he was to me from the very beginning, he was the thing that gave them validity in the parlay realm. You know what I'm saying? 50 always made great records. Like Banks, like if he had 50's charisma, he would have been a super duper star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was just but I feel like that's what he kind of showed in this project. He was a little bit more charismatic in this. And it was like a celebration. It was real. The messaging was clear, track by track. Everything he was saying, you know, there was celebration songs, kind of. I'm gonna take my flowers.
I think what it is that he's done having his fun. He's more composed.
I can't with KJ right now. He said Mambo just described prison.
Yeah. That was me, man. I struggled a little bit when I wrote it. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he made a prison album, man.
No,
he did.
Oh no, because I think it was when you was like bars next to bars and all the bars.
Right next to bars.
Yo, you know what the smartest thing I think Banks did was when he split Conway and Benny up and he didn't put them both on the same.
That's true, on different records. Yeah.
And both of those records feel different, and he got the right one from the crew to be on the record with him. Like, if you pay attention to like the trajectory of Lloyd's career, he's very slowly but surely learned how to make a solid project. Like when he first started making albums, when he left G Unit, it was okay. Hunger for More 2 was decent. Like you could tell he kind of had an idea where he was going, but he still had to fill in some of the blanks. But with this album, after I heard the first one, I already knew. I was like, here it come. And then he dropped this.
At a certain point, you feel me, as an artist, you don't hold a lot in the pocket. You drop your record as soon as you get the feature, and now you kind of get to a composed point where he's at, where it's like, well, I'm gonna tuck this for 2 years while I'm writing this, and then drop it with this, and you know what I'm saying? He's puzzling it together way differently than he used to.
For sure.
So favorite tracks. There's the track list there for y'all. That is a track list for The Curse of the Inevitable 2 right there. We mentioned some of the other features on there, but also Rock Marcy's on there. Also Tony Yayo. Most of these tracks are just solo ones. He only had a few, maybe like 4 or 5 tracks that had like a feature on it, but
Jadakiss had a crazy verse.
Yeah, Jada was dope on that one.
I was gonna purposely not pick that because Jay is my favorite rapper, so I was gonna purposely not pick that record.
Yo, that's crazy, man. Jadakiss is. Never mind. We talking about Lloyd Banks' album right now,
Yeah,
so we're gonna talk
on.
about Lloyd Banks' album. But goodness gracious, yeah, Jada's a beast.
Man,
but favorite tracks, guys. Which ones really stood out to you?
I like the Early Exit and the Formaldehyde. Both of those songs, like the Benny the Butcher, the man. The way it was the content for me. That was what was kind of sticking out to me, that he was really telling his story. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
like all the things that you didn't know was going on. Like he was letting it be known that I had to kind of like play my position, but this whole time I've been a dog. You know what I mean? That's all I kept picking up from it. And I'm gonna continue to do this, and now I'm gonna take advantage. And on top of being a dog, I was getting paid the whole time. So you know what I mean? He's not really Scottie Pippen. He in a little bit of a better situation. You know what I mean? But
hey, yo,
winning his team, but getting his money, man. So.
And Joe, my favorite though is Food.
Oops.
I don't know if y'all know about that record in general. But Panic is my other favorite record though. So Food and Panic are my two.
I can dig it.
What about you, Patron? What you was messing with out the project, man?
I like Formaldehyde and I like Dead Roses, the single.
Yeah,
I do have a few critiques, man. Just because I'm an MC, I look at it a little bit more objectively.
Talk to us, man.
Let us know what's good with it.
It's about
what's
like
good?
maybe 3-4 songs too long.
Okay, a little bit too
Yeah.
long.
Like you mean the project in its entirety is a little
Right. Because actually I think it was better than the Course of the Inevitable Part 1.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because it was about it's 4 songs shorter, but I think it's still a little bit too long.
So Patron, is it per artist? Is it per artist that you feel this way?
My bad. I just want to finish. I saw that he brought Benny the Butcher back on this one, and he brought Vado back on this one, man. I see that they clearly have they clearly have like a mutual connection when they're in the studio, man. So I'm sure it's easy for them to knock out a couple tracks.
Oh yeah,
Get the verses done.
Convenience.
I agree with what you say. I wouldn't describe it as lack for charisma, but I understand what you're saying. Like he doesn't give you the concept into a song that sounds completely different from other songs on the album. I feel like there's a couple joints on there where he was giving you his steady flow and his punchlines. And I see also that he's growing as an MC, so I can see him like talking about stuff like, being his reaching his success and cutting people off. I like that. I like that material much more so like than just the regular punchlines, because as you see the nuance in hip hop, it's leaving the whole I spit bars, I get money, and women like me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right.
you know what I mean? Like it's changing. People are definitely getting more in touch with their feelings and stuff like that. So I see even like Dead Roses, the story behind that is basically he just saying, I want my flowers when I can smell them. I don't feel appreciated with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that was the single we played last week, I think. And for me, that was my favorite record. They chose that single perfectly,
Oh, yeah, he smoked that.
Right?
I think Death by Design might be my favorite song. So,
and I was going to say on both of them, man, he snaps on the intros like tough.
Oh, yeah, man. Banks is
Do
crazy.
you guys feel like